to a flag, please. And then remain standing afterwards for a moment of silence in memory of Fred Thomas, who served on our planning board for 48 years. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Lynn, would you call the roll, please?
Here. Here.
Mr. Tucker?
Here.
Ms. Dickman? Mr. Dzinski?
Here.
Here.
Here. Before we get started tonight, this is my last meeting after 14 years as supervisor. I want to thank the boards that have served with me. The current board has been good to work with, excellent to work with. I want to thank the town staff for the support they've given me and this board for 14 years. That includes all the departments, parks, buildings and grounds, highway, the town clerk staff in particular. They're essential here. The comptroller, Greg, I appreciate all the service you've given to the town and the council you've given through the years. He's helped to keep the financial ship righted, helped in bond situations for new sewer lift stations and stuff to induce development. There's just too many things to mention in the short time we have here tonight, and I just want to thank all the staff and the board members for their dedication to the town and loyalty to the town. So I appreciate all your help through the years. Thank you. And with that, approve the minutes of the regular meeting from November 17th. Entertain a motion.
Moved. Second.
Any questions, comments, changes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 1 is declare obsolete computers as surplus and authorize their destruction per the listing provided. Entertain a motion to that effect.
Move. Second.
These are so old, there's Windows 7. It costs more to wipe the hard drives on them than we could ever realize in sales, so we just declare them obsolete and destroy them. Surplus and destroy. So any other questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 2 is a resolution regarding SECRA declarations for Snowdale Park Playground Project, and I'm going to read this. Whereas Snowdale Park is an existing town-owned park located on Snowdale Drive in Seneca Knoll subdivision, and whereas Snowdale Park currently provides informal areas for hiking and ball playing, and whereas the town of Van Buren is considering the installation of certain improvements at Snowdale Park consisting of new playground equipment and a half basketball court with benches and perimeter fencing to be known as the project, and whereas pursuant to the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA Act, that the regulations adopted pursuant thereto by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, the town desires to comply with the SECRA Act and regulations with respect to the project. And whereas the proposed Snowdale Park improvements are supported by the Town of Van Buren Comprehensive Plan, which identifies the provision of recreational opportunities as a valued land use goal. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town of Van Buren Town Board is the sole agency with the authority to regulate, operate, and maintain town-owned parks and recreational facilities. Be it further resolved that the Town Board hereby declares itself as lead agency for the purposes of its environmental review pursuant to the SECRA Act, and does further determine that the project constitutes an unlisted action and renders a negative declaration for the purposes of SECRA upon review of the short environmental assessment form dated December 15th, 2021, having determined that there are no identifiable adverse environmental impacts likely to result from installing the proposed improvements in Snowdale Park, which shall consist of new playground equipment, half basketball court, benches, and perimeter fencing, which is intended to promote recreational opportunities within the town and improve the quality of life for the town residents. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adopt that resolution.
Moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Nadine, you have anything to add?
No.
Okay. No discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 is budget transfers per the comptroller's memo. Entertain a motion to conduct those transfers per Greg's memo.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? Nearing, every year at this time, we're nearing year end, these take place, and then again in January, there'll be more. So these are just moving money around within people's budgets, the department's budgets, that to even things out,
Well,
so.
I want to say that the amounts are so low that everybody came very, very close on their estimates. Did a good job.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4 is consider resolution regarding partial payments on real property taxes as referred by the tax receiver. Entertain a motion to adopt that resolution that she provided.
Moved.
I'll second.
Second, sorry.
You all got a copy of that from Lynn. Lynn, you got any comments? Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. Each payment shall be any amount of the total unpaid current year real property taxes, special ad valorem levies, and special assessments. No more than 4 partial payments be accepted during the 90-day collection period. The first partial payment shall be made at any time. However, if the first payment is made after the initial penalty-free period, the collection penalties will be applied to the payment based on the penalty schedule. That's the crux of the whole resolution, so. Any other discussion on that?
Yeah, do you think most of this will be taken care of by credit cards or personal checks?
It's not really any different than what we do now, except now if you don't make a payment before the penalties kick in, I can't take a partial from you afterwards, which has always felt very wrong to say to somebody, you're a day late, so I won't take your money. So that's all this is doing, is letting somebody pay a partial at any time.
Oh, okay. So this won't affect the method of payment?
Nope.
Any other discussion?
Lynn, do you see a lot of other towns doing it this way?
All the other towns are adopting it, and then hopefully we can get the school districts to work with us, and they will do so as well before September, when we start collecting for them.
Okay, so this is only for county taxes right now?
Right now, yep.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
You can already do partials on school, just you have to do that initial partial payment before the penalty
Exactly.
period. Okay.
But doesn't that initial payment have to be at least half?
No, they did away with that
Okay.
several years ago.
So it's just any amount?
You give me a quarter for your car. But then the next day, I can't take $2,000 down.
Yeah. It's good change.
So this doesn't affect school taxes either?
Not yet.
Okay.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5 is acceptance of the retirement resignation of Comptroller Greg Maxwell effective 12/31/21. Entertain a motion for that with regrets, although we understand the circumstances. Entertain a motion.
I'll move it.
Second.
Do you have
Discussion?
to? Do you have to leave? I mean,
You want to leave.
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah.
As I said,
Fulfilled my promise.
when I decided to run for supervisor, I knew Greg, I knew he'd been a municipal comptroller. We sat down and had coffee, and I said, I'm going to run for supervisor, I'd like you to be my comptroller. And I said, but you got to stay as long as I stay. So, and he agreed to that, so that's why we're both leaving at the same time, so. And Marie also, after she came in, so. So that's where we're at. But we do have a replacement, Michelle Vono. She's working very well, catching on real fast, and we don't think it's going to be almost seamless. But she will have questions. We know that. She talks to Greg quite regularly. So that's to be expected. So we thank Greg for his years of service to us and loyalty to the town. So, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6 is introduction of local law E 2021. This is actually kind of a reintroduction. We did this before, and there was questions. This is regarding smoking of regular tobacco or cannabis on any town of Van Buren property. The state, when they passed the new cannabis law, allows smoking of cannabis anywhere you can smoke cigarettes. And I don't think we want people smoking joints up in our park in front of children. So we have to regulate that on any town property. So this is the local law that will do that. So this is reintroduction, kind of a local law E 2021. Obviously, it'll go into 2022, but so entertain a motion on the introduction of local law E 2021.
Moved.
Second.
A discussion?
Has to be done.
This doesn't prohibit brownies, though, does it?
I don't know why you're going to bake some? No. Oh, okay.
No, I'm just,
Howard.
Vehicles get added?
No.
Town property?
There's a
No.
reason.
Yeah,
You're better off to change town's policies for employees during work hours than put this in your local law. I followed up with them. I'll share with you.
The Labor Committee will be working on that early next year.
Okay. We got a motion, a second? Any more discussion on it, reintroducing this? And this is setting a public hearing for
January 5th?
January 5th at 7 PM. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Taylor?
Yes.
Ms. Wozniak?
yes.
Mr. Pepper?
yes.
Mr. Lozinski?
Yes.
Ms. Saban?
Yes.
Mr. Suggs?
Yes. So there'll be a public hearing on January 5th relative to smoking on town property. Okay, I have penciled in 3 more items that came in after the agenda cutoff date. Entertain a motion for approval for tuition payment of $169 for Luke Chapin to attend BOCES residential wiring level 1 course upon success and pay it upon successful completion of the program. You have a copy of that in your boxes. Entertain a motion to that effect.
I'll make that.
Second.
Luke took the first course, has done wiring since then up at the, I believe, Lodge and a couple other places. And so he's putting to work what we've sent him to get the training for and wants to continue. Any other discussion on that?
It'll be an asset to the town, so spending $170, we more than get the money back.
Yeah, we couldn't hire anybody for that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8 is acceptance of resignation of Marie Giannoni, effective 12/31/21. Entertain a motion for that with regrets, but again, we understand the circumstances.
No, you understand.
Entertain a motion.
Move.
Second.
I want to thank Marie for her years of service here. I think she's been here 13 years. So appreciate her putting up with me for 13 years. So that's not an easy task. You can ask my wife. So, anyway, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And lastly is approval to renew the buildings and code enforcement software with Williamson Law Book at a cost of $714. This is the annual renewal of that software that they use. Entertain a motion to that effect.
Moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
It is budgeted.
Yes, it is budgeted.
I think the state should furnish that to us.
Agreed.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You know,
He got quotes on a couple other ones today. Edmonds, and there's another one I don't know, but one was 17,000, and that's 10,000 a year after that. And then another one was, I think, 20 or 22,000, and that was like 8,000 a year after that, so.
such a deal.
It's, I can't believe there's not less expensive software for that. But anyway, this is the stuff they're currently using and will continue to use. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's all I have there. Counselor Committee reports and comments, MF.
I've been dealing with FiOS, and they have actually come up with their plans for the main hardwire fiber to go into Village Green, the parts that they never finished 4 years ago, and we're still waiting to hear on how they're going to actually wire the inside of each of those condominium units. So hopefully it'll move along sometime in the spring. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. And we still are in negotiations for a renewal with FiOS. That's it.
Okay. Howard.
I don't have any committee reports to make, but I'd like to congratulate Claude on his retirement. Successful. I've worked with you in the village.
Yep.
And I've been part of it for those 48 years, maybe
Yep.
half of it.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm just as happy as you are for you.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for your support all those years.
Yep.
Ron?
I would like to congratulate everybody on their retirement. It's been a pleasure working with every one of you, and I wish you the best, and it was nice to know you all on the personal level. You also.
Thank you. Darcy?
I have nothing tonight.
Okay. Wendy?
No, nothing.
Okay. Doug?
Just a quick comment.
Wish people happy
As many people are
holidays.
aware, we've had a wonderful fall. I grew the beard just to try and get my Santa Claus influence on weather. It's worked so far. However, I don't think it's going to continue. The town highway department has worked very hard at getting all of our trucks in tip-top condition with the weather. We've been blessed with that. They've gone around, put over 300 delineators up, marking out places to try and make sure we stay on the road. And we're doing a lot of tree work now with the nice weather. Take care of dead ash trees, canopying, looking out for sight distance. If you're aware of something, any residents that see something that they want us to address, please give our office a call, and we'll do our very best. If we can accommodate it, we definitely will. And once the snow does fly, please stay off the roads when we're out there, trying to give us as much time and space to get cleared up so you can safely get on your journeys. That's it.
Doug, one comment. I know your department did a lot of work on the drainage easement behind Red Coach Apartments on Idlewood, and a number of the residents have mentioned to me how thrilled they were to see what you guys did, and they thought you went over and above what they had any expectation for you guys to do. So they were very pleased. So if you can just pass that on to the staff.
I will definitely do that. That's something that the town engineer, Jason, and myself have been working on, and we have much more planned for next year. We were just with the weather, we were able to bump that portion of it up to this year. So hopefully, all things go well, expect more to come next year.
Doug, I just want to make a comment as well. Thank you for reacting to the downed tree that was in Harbor Heights last week with the high winds that we had. Your response was impeccable, and no one was injured, and it was cleared right away. So I really appreciate you and your team working on that so quickly.
Just so you're aware, I mean, I appreciate that. I called 2 guys, those first 2 guys were in within 18 minutes and headed right up there to get taken care of. So
Great.
the crew is working fantastic.
Wonderful.
Okay. That it, Doug? Okay. Again, under my comments, it's just been a pleasure working with everybody here for the past 14 years. Howard, you longer than that, but
I'm older.
Yeah, you're older.
Nah.
Anyway, we've had good attorney representation, the current firm and previous firm, and I appreciate that. Like I said, Greg with the financial end of it, covering all the bases there for us through the years. The clerk's office being invaluable to me as supervisor, and my secretary and the boards that I've worked with. Been here long enough that some of those people already passed, so unfortunately, but we had good boards to work with, so I can't say that I'll miss it, but it's been an enjoyable 14 years. Citizens' comments, anyone wishing to address the board?
I'd like to interject.
Are you gonna travel?
Well, I'm treasurer at my church, so that takes a little bit of time. I have a son in Florida and a son in Arizona. Lucky, two nice warm places. But with COVID, I don't know how much traveling we'll be doing immediately, but Greg has got me, between Greg and Jason, they have me out fishing on Oneida Lake quite a bit. So I informed my wife she's got to get me a rod and reel for Christmas, so that'll be taking up some time, and we will do some traveling, yes. I got an invite to go up to Lake Champlain fishing this week, so I'm going to fill my time. I'm not worried about that. Everybody I've ever talked to says I'm busier now that I'm retired than I was when I was working, so I'm not worried about it at all. So. And
Claude will also has accepted a role on the planning board, so effective January, he now transitions to that. So we want to get him to his 50 years of public service. So with that 5-year appointment, he will make it.
Whose spot are you filling?
Greg Boltis, he was on for a 1 year, so.
He's the James Brothers.
When Jamie left.
Any other citizens' comments? Seeing none. Jason?
Since I have another 2 weeks with you and Greg, I'm not saying goodbye yet, so I have no comments tonight.
Jason, I have a question. I got another email from one of our neighbors on Commodore.
Okay.
Tom, yeah, he said that you guys never came back out and it's a disaster. And is it really just a matter of his yard being too low?
Yes, he's got a low backyard. We installed drainage in there back in 2011.
Yeah, and I think you were going to kind of roto-root it out.
Well, the trees he planted right alongside the drainage, if you look at the end of the pipe, all you see are the roots coming out. There's no water getting through there anymore. So it's beyond our capabilities to clear that.
Have you communicated that with him?
We just discovered that in the last 2 weeks when we were out there.
Are you going to communicate?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, we got some other work we're going to do on his yard to help him out, but yeah, we'll make him aware of that.
Okay. I mean, he sent me some pictures and it looks like the trees that he planted, all the leaves are like cluttering up that whole area.
Yeah.
So I can see how that could happen.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, so in addition to that, is the root system that we're planning is relatively close to the drainage, so
Right.
it's designed to pull moisture, and which also is going to obviously pull in the root system. And obviously, that just planting that closely to a drainage system is not conducive to it.
Did he need approval for those plantings because it was so close? It was well within his yard, not the easement, correct?
We did also start some other processes so that, similar to Idawood, that will help, that are on next year's schedule for completion, that will be doing different upgrades to that system downstream from where he sits. That should help tremendously with his drainage.
We did a big ditching job here a couple weeks ago to get the water flowing out of there. We found a pipe that doesn't work. I think it's a homeowner installed system. We're going to take some surveys of that, see if we can lower that pipe, get some easements, and help drain water out, which is right behind his house, so that'll help him as well.
So how will you fix the drainage that's behind those trees if the roots are going into it?
We're going to dig it out and put it back.
Oh, really?
But we have the Upland Harbor Heights Drainage District there on projects like that. So we'll be hitting those ones.
What kind of trees did you plant?
Willow.
So trying to suck up the water.
Trying to suck up the water, and they grew really fast.
Really
fast.
wet, right?
What you see is not the fastest part that grows. It's
Root system.
Those is
Huge.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
How fast it grows and how invasive it is to different water areas. Thus, the drainage, they will go through that quickly.
Yeah.
And he has what was
5.
referred to as a drainage lot. It's the lowest lot
Oh,
in
yeah.
development. It's always gonna be wet.
It's Tom Rasbeck?
Nope.
No.
Nope, Tom.
Thorold.
Okay.
I think it's Thorold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's had this issue forever. I would think that he would just put some more fill back there, but I think he thinks it's fixable to some degree.
To some degree it is.
Okay.
Really fast or cheap.
Right. All right, thank you for that.
Okay, Nadine?
Excuse me.
I don't have anything. I will say it's been a pleasure, 'cause I don't know if I will talk to you in the next 2 weeks. It's been a pleasure working with Greg, and it's been a pleasure working with you. And
Same here.
although this really isn't our goodbye, since you are.
Yes, I will be seeing you again, yes.
We're going to still talk.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
but in this capacity, it's been a pleasure.
Same here.
So I just want to add one more comment. I hear you guys talking in the back, and I know Darlene said this to me before. We really need to start using the microphones really good, because you guys really can't hear us, can you?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. And this probably doesn't help us.
Right. Carrie, can you guys hear us? Okay. So someone try to remember that next time that we really have to talk in the microphones. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
I think my voice projects probably pretty good,
Yeah, but everyone else really needs to use the microphones.
but I won't be here to project my voice, so.
Claude, you want to talk about Pat?
Oh, yes. Well, you go ahead. You know more about it than I do. Use the mic.
Obviously, everybody knows that Claude and Greg, Marie, and Judge Vanderwater are leaving, but also Pat Dickman, who's been a member of the planning, or the town board for 14 years. She also did not run for reelection. She's done at the end of the year, so also want to give our thanks to her for her support for the last 14 years, and she's been a little under the weather, so we hope she's getting better. So, but thank you for her support, too.
Yeah, having been mayor of Orchard Park and served on the planning board out there at Orchard Park, she was a valuable asset to our town through the years, and her realty experience as well was advantageous for the town, so.
She might even have more time in than you do.
Altogether, she may have, yeah, she may have.
We lost a lot of
So in
experience
Pat's honor,
here.
we have to wish everyone a happy holidays.
Yes, in Pat's absence, yes, you can do that, so.
Wishing everyone a happy and safe holiday.
Memorial Day parade, everybody?
Whichever one you celebrate.
Garbage truck?
Garbage trucks.
Yeah. Okay, I digress. I entertain a motion to adjourn to the organizational meeting and regular town board meeting on January 5th, 2022 at 7 PM.
Moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for
Mike,
coming.
we'll be up here on that
Merry
one.
Christmas and a Happy New Year to y'all.